So what's going on with July 31st?
So we have a debt ceiling coming up. So the nation has an agreed upon limit in terms of as much as we can borrow, as many Treasury bills, notes, bonds as we can sell. And once you hit the debt ceiling, and they negotiated this July of 2019.
Pull up that picture I sent you.
Once they hit the debt ceiling, which is July 31st, 2021, the Treasury can't sell anything else. No more issuing debt. So you have to live off of what you have in your checking account, basically, plus what's coming into the government revenues, until the Democrats and the Republicans get together and agree upon what Republicans are saying right now is big spending cuts. Now, Adam, are Democrats going to agree to big spending cuts?
That doesn't seem to be their agenda. Here's your friend Janet Yellen right here.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warns of absolutely catastrophic hit to the economic recovery this summer if U.S. can't pay its bills on time.
I mean, in 2000,
I mean, that's a good picture of Janet Yellen. She looks good.
Let's see the picture.
She looks like Mrs. Magoo who's scared. Anyways,
it's a good pick.
Okay, somebody understood that. Kudos
Adam,
to somebody.
Come here, Adam.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Finish your cereal.
I put it on the floor for you. Eat up.
Worse comes to
Develop
worse.
some strong proteins.
Look, in 2011, the debt of the country was downgraded. Stock market went down 17%. Can you tell me what it would feel like today if the stock market went down 17%? The 10-year bond yield fell 100 basis, a full percentage point. Can you imagine waking up tomorrow and being like, the 10-year yield is 0.47? What? Excuse me? But that's what happened in 2011 because the debt fight was so contentious. The Republicans were so pissed off about Obamacare. So mad. They had just won the midterms. And right now, McConnell's like, I got my eye on the prize.
Get out of here. Let me tell you, it's going to get very ugly.
It's going to get very ugly.
Very ugly because they're not going to agree. So it's 7:31. How long do you think it's going to take till they come up with a...
So I did the math because we published on this yesterday. It looks like the government has enough money to run probably through September 20th. Look, Congress, the House of Representatives, after it leaves for the July 4th break, it's in session 9 days after that, in the month of July, before it leaves for August, the whole month. The first day after July 31st, that there can be a vote.
Did you just get the chills? Did you just get the chills?
I just got the chills. The first time that there can be a vote after July 31st, which is when the debt limit is hit, is September the 20th after 6:30 p.m.
Wait.
Do
me a favor. Go back for a second. So break that down. If I'm a small business, give it to me as if I'm a small business. July 31st, I no longer have money. I
no longer can issue debt.
I can no longer get any more debt. Okay, I can't do it. So now what? If I'm a small business,
Uncle Sam goes to the bank and they're like, "Sorry, you're cut off."
That's it. And I have only enough cash and reserves to last 2 months.
Well, by then, the Treasury checking account by then should be down to about $400 billion, $450 billion. Well, we're running at about $50 billion a week right now. Is our burn rate?
Yeah, that's nothing.
Well, it does not last long, and then. If you go back and you go back to 2011, go back to 2013.
I love this.
Then you start to close non-essential government agencies. I mean, we forget the Smithsonian was closed, and then you start furloughing government employees.
I love this.
Well, this happened in 2017 when the infamous Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi meeting with Trump in the office, and they're like, they're going to blame it on you. He's like, I don't care, blame it on me. Yeah. They shut it down. Let me ask you guys a question.
People, by the way, 66% of senators in this country are over the age of 60.
Yeah, they're
15% of the population.
66% over 60?
Over the age of 60 in the Senate. We are, as a nation, demographically speaking, our young are not represented.
Well, you know why I love this? Let me qualify why I love this, and I want to hear your thoughts and question. You know why I love this? Let me tell you why I love this. Because it's forcing the two sides to get into a room and chop it up. You're forced to negotiate. You don't have a choice.
McConnell said of 2011, because they've all been around forever, right? You got to dust these people off. They're so old. But McConnell said of 2007, some of my colleagues in the GOP thought that the debt ceiling standoff, that they should have shot the hostage. He said, no. What we learned is that it's best to collect the ransom. This is the man who's going to be negotiating with the Democrats to cut spending.
He's not a guy you want to negotiate with.
And all he wants to do is use this as a platform for the midterms. Okay, guess. Anybody, either of you guess how many houses, how many seats in the House of Representatives are needed to flip the Senate back red? How many seats?
How many seats? Say the question again.
Senate.
What
Senate or House?
What is the House of Representatives?
Yeah.
What is the Democratic majority? Take
Oh,
a
it's
guess.
less than 12, I want to say at this point.
Wait, you're saying 1? I thought it's like 7 or 9. What is it? 5? Okay.
5.
Well, it was a big number just a while back, so it's now 5.
Because
that's not a big number, though.
No, this is the most razor-thin majority in the past century.
Wow.
That's how little work McConnell has to do. They just need one. What?
That's crazy.
Kai,
No,
this is like, you know.
This is impressive. Keep going.
But I mean, and they need one, obviously. And Joe Manchin is like a faux Republican at this point. By the way, who wrote the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill? Wrote it.
Why doesn't he run, though?
Joe Manchin. Joe
Why
Manchin wrote
doesn't
it.
he run?
What, as
For president?
Why doesn't a
In the
guy like
GOP.
that run?
Yeah. It's,
And see, that's the thing.
question I've asked
That's
for.
the thing. For all these conspiracy theories, the fact that Joe Manchin is the most powerful politician
Person of the Year, Time Magazine.
in the
my opinion.
in the biggest super economy in the world until China catches up. He's the most powerful person in the country. And what does that say to you? It says that the country is not full of conspiracy theorists. It's that the moderates don't have a voice. But Joe Manchin is the poster child for Democrats and Republicans because he's straight down the middle. Ooh, down the middle. I've heard that somewhere.
Ooh.
So, sorry.
There's a
Great
show on
reference
YouTube
right there.
called
Yeah,
Down
I've
the
heard
Middle
about
with
that.
DiMartino Booth.
There is.
I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's
Yeah,
a
you
great
gotta-
show.
But that's
Hold the
why
middle.
he's so powerful but he wrote the infrastructure bill.
I love it.
He wrote it personally. And by the way, back in 2011, another little parallel, the spending cuts that they finally agreed upon, that was just clawing back money from funds that had not been spent. That's what this infrastructure bill is. It's like $589 billion plus, in order to get to $1.2 trillion, they're clawing back funds that were COVID relief programs that weren't spent.
Yeah.
So that's why the Democrats are losing their minds. They're like, no, we want fresh debt. And Jay Powell's sitting over at the Eccles building in the Federal Reserve going, wait a minute, I need stuff to buy here.
Well, let me ask you this.
Treasury issuance.
Is there any law that can amend the 731? Is there anybody that can come up all of a sudden? There's this one law and rule that we have that they can come out and say, no, we can extend it for another 3 months or 6 months or 9 months.
It actually already has been. Okay, guys, just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm getting in the weeds here.
Go for it.
The law dictates.
By the way, if you're watching this, you're enjoying this, smash the thumbs up if you're enjoying what Danielle has to do to help us with the algorithms, and subscribe to the channel as well. Go ahead, continue.
And take notes. So the law says that the Uncle Sam's checking account, which is held at the Federal Reserve, needs to be back to the balance that it was in July of 2019 when the agreement was made. So you've got to run the money down because you're not allowed to go into the fight with extra padding in your checking account. You have to bring it back down to $130 billion, which is where it was July of 2019. Mnuchin,
Steve.
thinking that there would be all of this funding to spend, ran up the balance to $1.8 trillion. So it's just now, it's $600 billion today. So it's been run down. But Janet Yellen is technically going into this fight with 3.5 times the ammunition of what the law allows. But it's because of Trump overspending that she's got this cushion. Oh, the irony.
Wow, so Trump helped Yellen out.
Yes, absolutely.
That's hilarious.
So but that's okay. McConnell, he's like, I'm fine.
50 bill a week is
Give or
what our
take.
burn rate is.
That's our average
Times
since
8,
the 1st of May. 'Cause you have to
400
get
billion,
past
which
all
is
those
what we have.
tax payments and all that. Yeah.
So 400 billion. So that means so let's just say if McConnell's going to negotiate, McConnell doesn't want to negotiate first week of August, not the second week of August, not the fourth week of August. McConnell wants to negotiate.
No, Congress is not in session in August. Congress is closed. They're all
So
at
it's
home.
no matter
Summer break,
what, it's
baby.
September.
September the 20th at 6:30 p.m. is the first time that a vote can come to the floor of the House of Representatives. That
It's
is
not
the
gonna be
congressional
pretty.
calendar.
It's not going to be pretty.
And that was why the summer of 2011 was a shit show.
So
Excuse
give us
my
the
French,
good.
sorry.
Oh my
Give
God.
us the good, bad, ugly. Give us. Here's what ugly looks like. This is what could happen. Here's what's the good that can look like. They can come in. They can agree.
Okay.
They can get out. Give us a good, bad, ugly.
The Democrats can agree to all these spending cuts.
Okay.
Cut out the fat.
Which is not something
Forget
that's
your
not their
social
MO.
program. Somebody said $6 trillion in social spending. Get that, everything, bye-bye.
Yep.
Your entire agenda, goodbye. So that way they kissed goodbye at the midterms. Or the Republicans can hold their ground, and Democrats still kiss goodbye the midterms. But they're not.
So best case scenario, they're losing midterms. Best case.
If let's put it this way, I always look at there's a website, media something, where you actually can put the source that you're looking at, and they put it on a spectrum of left-leaning, right-leaning, whether it's an organization, a publication, a newspaper, CNN, whatever. So you put CNN up there, and it's going to go way left. You put Newsmax up there, it's going to go way right. So I checked out the publication, and it was smack dab in the middle.
Okay, pull it up.
And it's like media bias, something. But so the publication's right smack in the middle, moderate, and it was like the Republicans have this midterm to lose. It is theirs to lose because of the razor-thin majority of the Democrats. I mean, a monkey could swing five seats in the House.
And Mitch McConnell might be that monkey.
Again, he's already said, I'm not.
Or a turtle.
He's already said that the debt ceiling fight's not a hostage.
Is this it?
You're not going to shoot the hostage.
Is that the website, allsides.com, or?
No, it's like media bias fact check. Google media bias fact check.
Bias fact check. There you
okay.
go.
Now go put CNN on it, just for fun. So you put search. Yep, CNN. Left bias.
Where do you see it?
Left bias. These media sources are moderately to strongly biased towards liberal causes through story selection, and they tell you how good their fact checking is.
Oh,
whether or not
media
they're making
bias fact check.
And
Good
then
site.
you can put Newsmax up there. See
Complete opposite side.
Newsmax.
Questionable source exhibits one of the more following. Extreme
Questionable.
bias.
Extreme bias. Consistent promotion.
Put Fox News up there.
See, Fox is going to be right. Newsmax,
we know that.
Newsmax was too extreme.
Right bias.
Right bias. Okay.
Moderate to strongly biased towards conservative.
How about
causes.
Media
All right.
Matters? Type in Media Matters.
Never heard of it.
Media, not media. Media. Yeah, Media Matters.
Oh, Kai from Norway.
Left bias. Okay.
All right, guys.
But
It's a
Type in
great
Drudge
resource.
Report. Type in Drudge Report.
to the right?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be like off the Richter scale.
But I'm curious to know what it
Richter
says.
scale.
Right center.
Right center bias.
There you go.
Right center. So they are considered to be more moderate, a more
That's
moderate source than
exactly
Fox
it.
News.
Kai, put up this little channel called Valuetainment. Let's see where they're at on this. Maybe they got a.
That's going to be like off the right.
No way. We're in the right. We're in the middle, baby.
No, we have you here as balance.
We're
Your source is
exactly. We're
balance.
fair and balanced. Look at that. There's a
Nothing
million
matched
different.
Yet. Put the
all you
keyword
get is
yet.
facts and truth.
Got to say yet.
Facts and truth. Let me circle back here. We're getting a little.
But all I'm saying is this is something to bookmark.
Put the link
and when
below
you-
in the comment section. Chat
This
box.
is good. Media
Go ahead.
bias. Danielle, let me ask you a
when
question.
you read something or you see something, go check the source. Go
Here.
see what their agenda is.
Let's get back to.
Anyways.
Let's get back to helping our fellow man and woman out there. Okay, we got a little wonky here with the dates and the times and the debates and
Oh, well,
what
look.
might happen.
Yeah.
A little too much for you.
No.
Well,
I'm just saying.
but
We hear this
We don't want to
every.
stress this guy out.
We
This
hear
is
this-
supposed to be fun for this guy.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should
Yes.
be. Like, a
This
newsflash.
is-
Let's
I
make
mean,
this fun. This is
this is supposed to
When a
be.
sweet
This
little
is
old lady
supposed
says
to be.
This is that we do have tainment in our name.
Adam has one interest.
Yes.
It's just tainment.
Yes.
That's what he has.
Yeah.
But tell us.
The cat's out the bag. I'm all about that tainment.
So the
Not
numbers
the
are
cat.
Here's
really
the
too
damn
much.
deal,
allergic.
guys. Here's the deal.
Damn the cats.
Tell us what
Okay.
you're worried about.
We hear about this every year. The debt ceiling,
we
and
have
we're
some
gonna go
Tylenol
broke.
for this guy, or
and we're
Advil?
good.
Go ahead.
The debt ceiling,
Yeah.
and we're running out of money. And every year, it's like this hostage situation.
No
the
more
government's
caffeine
going to
for
take
him.
over. I'm halfway through. Okay, but every year it's the same. It's all right. Yeah, they figured it out. You know, it's kind of like a superhero movie. It's like, is the world gonna? Oh no, they saved the world. Oh my God, is this gonna? They figured it out. So like, what's gonna be different this time? Even when the government shut down in 2017, the only people that were affected were the government employees that basically didn't get 2 paychecks, and then they got caught up.
Saying
Wait
it's
a minute,
the
wait a
end of
minute.
the world,
Stop-
bro?
stop-
Like,
stop.
how
But I'm
did you
saying we're
become so
making the debt
dramatic?
ceiling. Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
This is great.
They're gonna figure
Hey,
it out.
Hey, buddy, this is great news. You know why? Let me simplify it for you.
Please do.
It's as
spending
if
too
you got.
much.
It's as if you got a credit card that's 10 grand. And you're at $9,600.
Okay.
And you got $400 left. That's phenomenal. Stop overspending.
I agree.
I love the
I
fact
love
that we
that.
have a credit limit.
I mean,
what that does is
this
it doesn't
is a
say
problem.
It doesn't say it's the end of the world. You know what it
This
says?
is a problem.
No,
Yes.
you know what it says? It doesn't say it's the end of the world. It says change your habits. change your spending habits. That's all it is to me. This is you, Sosnick's money.
Yeah.
You do your principles that you talk about.
of
Okay,
course.
that's helped you go from zero in cash, sleeping on your friend's bed in Colorado. How much money did you have at the time?
I was broke as a joke.
You were broke.
Zero.
What,
yeah.
did you have a
You're,
cat?
you're
I
a,
had no cats
you're a
then.
cash
'Cause
millionaire
you couldn't
now.
afford
Yes.
a kitty litter
Why
box.
are you cash millionaire today? Because what did you change? What did you change?
Well, income and cash flow, but
Okay.
also expenditures and saving and
Hello,
investing.
go
Everything.
tell the folks
Yeah.
in Democratic Party to stop spending money.
I will.
That's the point. This is all this is. It's
Good.
not the end of the world.
Now we're
So
talking,
The
baby.
whole point with this is
Yes.
what I love. I love that there's a credit limit. I love that there's a limit. That's the best
That's
news for
actually
me.
how the real world
That's
works.
freaking sick.
Now we're talking,
Yeah,
guys.
that's the part.
Can we get a little
MasterCard
wake-
doesn't call you and
don't-
say
you
your
don't
credit
wanna-
limit is infinity. That's,
Yeah,
that's
you-
not how MasterCard
this-
and Visa operate.
No.
Infinity. You can
No,
spend whatever
not
you
at
want.
all. Hey,
But
you're
never make a payment.
So
either.
you right
This
now,
is what I want.
Last
This is
week,
what I wanted right
last week I'm buying a bunch of art. I'm buying
Look,
stuff
we're
at the
all
new house,
fiscally
right?
conservative, but we're 2 dog people and 1 cat.
Yeah, so we're semi-cat. I like
You
my
guys
cats
a
as
cat
well.
guy.
I have a relation with cats. I can't deny that.
Don't try to label him a dog.
I forgive you. I forgive you, Patrick.
But the point last week.
Yes.
So we're buying all this art, right? So Jennifer's
Sick
like,
art, by the way.
Yeah,
Peter Tunney and
dude, I can't wait. The main
Senna.
one showed up today. The main one showed up this
Tunney.
morning. I can't. No, Mr. Brainwash. I can't wait for that.
Brainwash, wow.
By the way, to everybody that sent the request, the different people from street artists. Graffiti artists, I took all your recommendation. I looked them up. I'm following a lot of those guys, and I got some cool stuff going
This
on
is
at the
cool.
house.
I mean, I might have a 5th kid if my husband would allow me to like nest and buy art.
Wow.
This is nesting.
Jennifer's like, listen, the art's on you. I just need to make sure Jennifer's more the systematic one. So anyway,
Mr. Booth, Danielle's husband,
Yeah.
who does he have a first name?
He's not having a 5th kid.
Okay, I was gonna say you just admitted you might have a 5th.
No.
Well, we know where that kid's getting fed. Food on the floor, buddy. Get down.
discipline. You got to be tough.
Yeah.
But here's the point.
Yes, sir.
One of the credit cards we're spending, the guy says, your card didn't go through. I'm laughing. It's so funny when the guy's like, you sure? Yeah. I'm like, guess
doing
what?
all right.
The credit card limit has a limit. So me, as a buyer, have to pay it off and come back and say, let me spend some more.
That's
so
how the real world works.
that.
Our government has to pay off their flipping debt.
Freaking
I
great.
mean, while we've been
'Cause
sitting here, it's like a couple billion.
It's enough
you
to
know-
make you give
but
you a
But you know what's
stroke
crazy?
over there.
Here's what's great. Here's what it should give the American people a stroke because we're paying the damn bill.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like this. Let me put it to you this way.
Debt per capita, debt per taxpayer, 226,000 debt per taxpayer. Per
I'm
insane.
person.
I'm going to give you the best example here. Here's the best analogy. Rate this analogy 0 to 10, okay? Imagine you have a credit card. Imagine you as the parent are working hard to make the money. You are busting your ass, except the credit card is in the hands of your kids.
Oh my God.
That's what's happening with our
Disaster.
government. We're the ones working to pay off the debt, and the credit card is in the hands of our
of the kids, yeah.
politicians.
They're
It's
the kids.
It's the kids.
These people out there like, let's buy another $1.8 trillion.
No.
Spend another
You're cut
$800
off,
billion.
bro.
That's the point.
You're cut off.
Let's cut these kids off.
I agree.
It's enough.
Cut off. Get back
Oh
to
my
work.
gosh.
Again, 2/3 are over the age of 60, so they're
Holy
kids that have
moly.
had bad spending
This
habits
is
for
too much.
50 years. Some of these people have been in Congress, and they're still. This bad behavior's got to end.
Hey, by the way,
was-
just
yeah,
so
go
you know, our audience loves when the technical side of Danielle comes out.
Uh-oh.
As crazy as it sounds, our audience eats it up. They actually like data.
No,
they like hearing it.
They're like, uh-oh.
Yes, let me get that pen out.
Hold on.
Put their glasses on.
They're
right now,
wonky.
they're
They're
taking
wonky.
notes. Yes, they're like.
You want to know
give me-
why?
They're
Because
like-
facts are powerful.
Yeah.
Facts are much more persuasive than opinion.
I am with you. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.